On the night of December 30th, 1999, two teenage girls, Ashley Freeman and Lauria Bible, went missing after a seemingly innocent sleepover. What started as a fun evening quickly turned into a nightmare that still haunts us today. But why did this happen? Who could commit such a terrible crime? And what has been discovered over 25 years later? In the early hours of December 30th, 1999, the Freeman family's home was consumed by a massive fire. When the flames were finally put out, two bodies were discovered, those of Kathy and Dan Freeman. But what happened to their daughter Ashley and Lauria, who was staying the night? Was it just a tragic accident or something far darker? Ashley and Lauria were best friends. They had been close since kindergarten.
It's kind of like when two people, one can finish a sentence when the other one starts one.
Growing up just a mile apart, they did everything together, shared meals, homework, and even celebrated birthdays. On December 29th, Ashley invited Lauria over for a sleepover to celebrate her 16th birthday. Little did anyone know, this would be the last time anyone saw the two girls together.
This is one of the last pictures of Laura, dated December the 11th, 1999. A trip to the Tulsa ice skating rink for a friend's birthday.
On that night, the two friends ate pizza, watched movies, and hung out like they'd done countless times before. But unbeknownst to them, someone was lurking outside, watching, waiting.
She comes running in the house and asked if she could spend the night with Ashley. I said, "You need to be home by noon." Her last word was, "I love you, Daddy." And out the door they went. I didn't think nothing of it.
At 6 a.m. the next morning, neighbors saw Freeman's house engulfed in flames.
My neighbor's house across the street is completely engulfed in flames.
Okay, what's the address?
And soon, firefighters and police were on the scene. So, why were these girls murdered? And who did it? As firefighters battled the blaze, it was soon discovered that the bodies of Kathy and Dan Freeman were inside the home, both shot at close range. But where were Ashley and Lauria? The family feared the worst. Lauria's parents, Jay and Lauren Bible, arrived at the scene, hoping to find their daughter safe. But there was no sign of the girls. While looking for clues, Jay stumbled upon a strange discovery: empty shotgun shells nearby. This suggested foul play, leading the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, OSBI, to take over the case. But things didn't add up. The investigation quickly pointed the finger at Danny Freeman, blaming him for the murder of his wife and the disappearance of the girls. But then, a shocking twist. Jay and Lauren discovered Danny's body buried in the rubble. How could the investigation have missed crucial evidence? The investigation seemed rushed, and many important pieces of evidence were overlooked. While combing through the rubble, Jay and Lauren found Lauria's purse, wallet, and an insurance card from someone they didn't know. They handed this over to the authorities, but the lead was dismissed.
As far as anybody saying, there are no suspects. But the family feel that there is one really important suspect, and that is the entire Craig County Sheriff's Department.
As the case continued to stall, Lauren and Jay realized the authorities were not going to solve the mystery on their own. So, they took matters into their own hands, printing flyers and asking for help. But even after a year of searching, there were no answers. Rumors began to spread about Danny being involved in illegal activities to get money to sue the sheriff's department, and some even suggested that he was deep in debt. But despite these theories, no new leads surfaced, and the case went cold. Then, a decade later, whispers of the girls being alive surfaced. Informants claimed to have seen Polaroid pictures of Ashley and Lauria, bound and gagged, held captive by unknown men. The mystery deepened, but despite all the tips that came in, nothing concrete was found. Why did it take so long to uncover the truth? In 2010, after years of frustration, Lauren and Jay filed paperwork to have Ashley declared legally dead. But in 2017, the case was reopened when new authorities uncovered critical documents from the original investigation. One key piece of evidence was the insurance card found at the scene, which led them to David Pennington, an ex-boyfriend of a key witness. Pennington's ex-girlfriend revealed disturbing details of conversations she overheard where the men discussed killing the Freemans and abducting the girls. The suspects, including Pennington, Warren Philip Welch, and Ron Dean Busick, had all been involved in this horrifying crime. Who were the true criminals behind this crime? As authorities began to investigate, they discovered that the three men had brutally kidnapped and raped the girls for days before killing them. But just as they were about to charge them, two of the suspects had already died, Pennington and Welch. That left only Busick, who was arrested in 2018 and charged with the murders. Despite his attempts to deny his involvement, Busick eventually pleaded guilty to accessory to murder and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. But what happened to the girls' bodies? Despite years of searching, no trace of Ashley or Lauria has ever been found. Were they buried in a mine, as Busick claimed? Or were they hidden somewhere else? In 2021, another twist came when rumors resurfaced about a hidden root cellar under David Pennington's house. Some believed that the remains of Ashley and Lauria might be there. But when investigators searched, they found nothing. Even today, the whereabouts of the girls' final resting place remain unknown. This tragic story is still not over. Ashley and Lauria's families have fought for answers for more than 2 decades, but the mystery remains. In 2023, Busick was released early for good behavior after serving only 38 months in prison. And despite the case being reopened and more witnesses coming forward, Ashley and Lauria's remains are still missing.
You're telling people that you killed my daughter. Look me in the eye.
I think having part of the truth kind of helps, but we still don't have that closure.
This case raises many questions. Why did it take so long to uncover the truth? How could such a heinous crime be committed? What could drive someone to do such evil? Can we ever get closure? While the families continue their fight for justice, the public may never truly know what happened to the girls. The question remains, will we ever find the girls' final resting place? Or will their story remain a heartbreaking mystery forever? This heartbreaking case continues to leave many unanswered questions. If you found this story moving, please consider liking the video and subscribing to stay updated on more cases that deserve attention. We want to hear your thoughts. Do you think there will ever be closure for Ashley and Lauria's families? Share your thoughts and comments below, and let's continue to remember these young women who are still missing to this day. Thank you for watching, and we hope that one day, the truth will finally be revealed.